Let's talk art. Let's talk about writing as well and put them all together along with a lot of life experience. Dalal Mia is a local artist who's received funding from Art House Jersey to get a professional editor involved in his work to hopefully get his book out on the shelves. The book is to help young people in care navigate the challenges that a care upbringing can come with and to help them build confidence and find their voice through art. Dalal is here in the studio with me now. Morning. Thank you for coming in on such a blustery morning.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on.
I heard you got almost blown away.
Yeah, my umbrella nearly took me like Mary Poppins. So, you know.
It's just one of those autumn days. And I'm really intrigued about your art that you do, but also how you have brought your life story into the work and how Art House Jersey is helping you. So let's go back. Let's start with the story, shall we? Because you grew up in care in Cambridge and you've written down your experiences into a book. How hard was it to write it all down?
Very hard. So I had to go deeper into my mind and obviously find all of the lost memories that I tried to hide from when I was younger. And then I had to write a book based on that. A lot of people over the years have told me I should do it. But I've navigated towards it now more as I got back into art as well, because it was like a therapeutic thing for me, art. And I thought, because I'm working with a lot of young people, I wanted to create a book to help them as well.
It's hard to go back into hidden memories because your mind hid them away from you for a reason. How did art help you then kind of bring them to the forefront?
So with art, it allowed me to be more free in a sense. So I was able to use my brain a little bit more. I was able to relax a little bit more, actually get time to think about all the stuff that happened to me. And then I was able to actually think, okay, this is what's happened, this is what's going to happen. I was able to just go back into my memory and then do it without feeling too unhappy about it, in a sense.
It's incredible how the mind works and how the creative process can help you process things in your mind that you may have hidden away. And I think we've all been in places where you might have been listening to music or doing something and a memory which you have just not even considered for a long time comes back. I know it's very different if you've been dealing through the care system as well, but your stories, how do you think they're going to help people who are going through the care system themselves?
So the book I've written gives you the pros and cons of the system. It tells you what the pros are and what the cons are. And I had both of them, you know. And I can relate to all the young people that's going through it right now. But good or bad, the system is broken still, even from, 20 years I've been out of it. And I know that this book will help tremendously to help them recover lost memories or understand a little bit more that there are good and bad about it, you know.
We've spoken to a few people over the past few years on the show about actually the transition as well as being an older teen leaving the care system and that kind of like feeling that you've just been left as an 18-year-old, that you don't fit in someplace but you're not quite ready for the adult world. So where do you sit? And that must be really, really hard.
Very hard. Like, you need to have a mentor to be able to guide you, especially as a young person in the system, because you don't have that, because you're bouncing around different care homes, different foster homes. You're getting different social workers as well, and you have to go into a court sometimes. You have to listen to all these people telling you what you have to do.
Yeah.
A lot of young people don't actually have the voice to be able to actually tell them, no, I don't want this, or yeah, this is correct. What I think should happen is they should create, when they do these meetings, they should include the young people, get their thoughts and opinions. It doesn't matter what the age is, because young people are more, let's say if they're like, they understand more than you think, They're very clued in with the environment that's happening around them.
Did you feel like you weren't given enough credit for your own views?
No, not when I was younger, no. But luckily, I did find foster parents that guided me in a correct way and actually included me in the meetings that were happening with the foster carers and the court procedures. And they were the best I had.
What's interesting is how Art House Jersey is using its fund to help help get your book out there, because writing a book is one thing. The process, and we talk about it quite a bit on the show with our book club, the processes of going through editing and changes and getting it out or another, and having a professional editor is all really important. I'd love to talk to you more about your art though, because hyperrealism. I love painting, but I've got to say that I would describe myself as expressive, whereas hyperrealism, oh my goodness, the attention to detail is mind-blowingly amazing in your work.
Yeah, I mean, hyperrealism is still expressive, you know. So what you're doing,
no, I'm just like, don't worry about a line, it's just a squiggle.
yeah, but that has a story. So what a squiggle has a story, right? But no, hyperrealism is about creating a story based on the subject that you're drawing. Even in expressive abstract, there is a story behind all of it. But yeah, with hyperrealism, you go more into the emotional storytelling side of your subject. Like for me, I spend months and months researching the subject that I'm going to draw before I even put the pencil onto paper. And then I get very intimate with that subject because it allows me to actually draw the subject more directly, and I can actually feel like I am there with the subject, and then it comes out really amazing.
It comes out more than just really amazing. Your work is utterly incredible. How long does it take you? Because your attention to detail is so intricate.
Yeah, so it depends on the size of the paper, but I normally draw large, and it does take me between 200 to 500 hours because I like to take my time when it comes to drawing the perfect subject that I'm trying to convey their feelings. So yeah, between those hours.
You have a lot of patience.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I do when I'm actually an impatient person from nature.
But like you say, like when you set your mind to it, do you find that when you start doing the work, that time just disappears?
100%. I've said this to many creatives and many professionals, and every show I've been to. Once you start getting into it, time goes away. You know, you're like in another reality, and then you don't stop. But I have a way to stop myself from, overdoing it and allow myself to take breaks.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You can overdo it a really good thing. What are you working on at the moment?
Well, I'm working on I'm working on a landscape piece. I haven't told anyone, but here we are.
Tell me.
We're here now. So I'm doing a landscape piece at the moment. I haven't done a landscape piece in many, many years because I stayed on portraiture. So I'm working on that one at the moment, and then obviously finishing this book. And then I'm actually creating a new movement with portraits, what I'm doing with the young people, where I'm actually going to teach them how to create their own self-portraiture so they can actually self-identify themselves moving into the future.
How clever, because you've got to very much look at yourself, haven't you, as well? And that's hard. How much has this grant from Art House Jersey helped you?
Massively. That was the thing that was lacking me behind. I needed to get the professional editor, and I didn't have the funds at the moment to be able to get that. So that was the missing key to finishing the book. Now I've done that. It's all going to be moving between 4 to 5 weeks, and then hopefully in another couple of months I'll be able to release the book fully.
And it'll be great to have your book out there. Have you done any illustrations in the book?
No, it's purely word, but I am working on the cover myself. Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
It's a real labour of love, because you know that when you do the cover, it'll be really important for you as well, just to get that right.
Yeah, the reason why I did it only on Word is because I want the reader to be more like have their own mind directly into the book. Sometimes when you put illustrations into the book, on a serious matter, you don't see it completely. You're not taking your mind back to actually think, okay, he's written this book. You're not actually seeing what's happening with the words. That's right. I specifically just did words.
And you say how you're working with young people as well. It must be special to know that in a few months, hopefully, you can offer it to them, and the chance to read something and process it in your own time for somebody who's going through the care system must be quite important as well. Because it's nice to talk to somebody who's experienced it one-to-one, but sometimes you need that time aside, don't you, to deal with it yourself? Yeah,
massively. Even when it doesn't matter what age you are, you do need some time for yourself to. It's very empowering. That's what I see it as. It's empowering. Looking back in your memories, looking back at your experience, and looking back what you are doing right now. Like I've come quite a long way since my time in the system, and I found it. Right now, I'm very empowered, and I'm very thankful to be able to help as well, mainly.
Dalal, thank you so much for coming in
Oh,
today
thank you
and
for
telling
having
us
me.
about the book. And it's great to hear how the Art House Jersey Fund is used, because sometimes we just think
100%.
it's just for painting. And we've been hearing in the last week that it's used in so many ways, and helping get your book out there, as well as around about supporting your art, is
Yeah.
really good.
Art House Jersey has helped me tremendously, more than they think. They probably know.
They will know now,
Yeah.
because we've told them. Dalal, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
joining
much.
us. That's Dalal Mia, a Jersey author and creative who's written Through the Cracks, Life in the Care System, and is an amazing hyper-realist artist, and super amazing at that.